We forgot to play this clip from the Ticketmaster hearing. This is really important stuff. Here is Clyde Lawrence. I don't know the band Lawrence, but this is an important sort of explanation of the monopolistic practices of Live Nation and Ticketmaster. This is in front of the Senate Judiciary Committee hearing from yesterday.
Most of the issues we face stem from the fact that Live Nation Ticketmaster often acts as three things at the same time: the promoter, the venue, and the ticketing company. Let's imagine we just played a sold-out show at a venue Live Nation owns and operates. When an artist plays these venues, they're required to use Live Nation as the promoter. Far from simply advertising, the promoter coordinates and pays the upfront costs to put together a concert, such as renting and staffing a venue, and striking a deal with the performer. Since both our pay and theirs is a share of the show's profits, we should be true partners, aligned in our incentives. Keep costs low while ensuring the best fan experience. But with Live Nation not only acting as the promoter, but also as the owner and or operator of the venue, it seriously complicates these incentives. At the end of the show, costs will have eaten into most of the money made that evening, and due to Live Nation's control across the industry, we have practically no leverage in negotiating them. If they want to take 10% of the revenues and call it a facility fee, they can and have. If they want to charge $30,000 for the house nut, they can and have. And if they want to charge us $250 for a stack of 10 clean towels, they can and have. Once these costs, some of which went to Live Nation subsidiaries, are taken into account, the remainder is split between Live Nation and the band. In a world where the promoter and the venue are not affiliated with each other, we can trust that the promoter will look to get the best deal from the venue. However, in this case, the promoter and the venue are part of the same corporate entity, so these line items are essentially Live Nation negotiating to pay itself. Does that seem fair? The tickets were listed at $30, and our pay ended up shaking out to about $12 of each ticket. But in this hypothetical show, the fan did not pay $30 for that ticket. The fan paid $42 because Ticketmaster tacked on a 40% fee. And for the record, we've had them go as high as 82%.
I mean, this is the problem. This is that what he's describing there is essentially what we had with the FinCEN laws, where you've got essentially two entities dealing with each other. Now, the problem with the FinCEN laws is that it locked out other competitors in terms of like movie studios or television studios. In this instance, there's not even like, they've locked it out. They've eliminated.
They've like cornered the market on venues.
They've cornered the market on venues. And they've also, and by doing so, they have they've also disempowered the ability for any other venue to open up because they've cornered the market on ticket sales. And so you can't sell tickets to that venue. And if the venue tries to sell it itself, so let's say, okay, you come into Worcester and they another venue crops up and says to, Matt's band, hey, we'll sell tickets ourselves. We'll cut out Ticketmaster. Matt's band says, okay, but then Ticketmaster says, whoa, whoa, whoa. You're good for Worcester, but you know that show you wanted to do in Providence, in Boston, in Portland, and the one you wanted to do in Hartford, and then the one you wanted to do in Poughkeepsie, and then you wanted to go to Albany and do a show, and then as you move down the East Coast, like all those venues, you can't go there. Because there you got to use Ticketmaster. And since you're not using our Ticketmaster in Worcester, you're screwed, dude. Your tour is one place, Worcester. Enjoy.
Got to get creative about finding alternatives.
Right. And that just presumes that there can be another venue that can be built in Worcester, knowing that if they did that, they'd get screwed anyways.
In the wake of COVID, where a lot of these venues have been...
Forget COVID. They just know the industry. There's no way they can do it. It's this type of cornering. This type of monopoly has to be attacked. And again, once you attack one monopoly, once you introduce this notion that this monopolistic behavior and some level monopsonistic, it's, one is the one seller, one buyer, essentially. In this instance, they're the same people.
What do you call something that's both a monopoly and a monopsony?
It ruins it obviously ruins it for the consumer, ruins it for the creators, ruins it for our society in terms of limiting what kind of art gets produced in this instance in the context of music. But it also creates these, again, this is what an oligarch is. It's not just that they have money, it's that they have a control of the politics. And we need to see more anti-monopoly, antitrust activity because it needs to spread throughout all the different sectors of our society. Let's go to the IMs here. Southern Socialists, happy Friends Day Wednesday. Hope your day is good. Thank you. Between the 101 and the 5. Bro Flamingo is a symptom of it's a symptom of a deeper problem. She's got real issues that have nothing to do with any of it. They look for people like that to prey upon. We all do that in a way, but yeah, you should be happy she was so in your face with it, because if you definitely dodged a bullet, man,